Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will presenting our work about comparing and contrasting between Indonesian and Japanese food. My name is Farid Faturido and this is my friend Rizna Setia Yudayana. First, we comparing the size of restaurant in Japan and Indonesia. They are significantly different one to another. Most of the restaurants in Japan have small space and enough to accommodate in approximately 5 tables or 20 people. Even in some restaurants, it only consists of 10 people standing in the front of bar, where the chef also cook their food. Comparing to the Japan restaurant, it only can accommodate approximately 200 until 300 people in restaurant. This condition happens to the expensive price of land per square meters and limit number of waiters to provide service to the guests.
Okay everyone, I will continue the presenting about comparing and contrast between Indonesian and Japanese food. The second, quality is always number one for Japan's cooking technique, which is why they pay attention on how to cook the menu. In Japan, the owner of the restaurant itself is usually the chef. The owner will be the only person who cooks every menu and assists with assistant chef. They really prioritize the quality of the food that they deliver to the guests. Therefore, every food has very delicious food taste and cooked fresh, and sometimes they serve it raw. It is very common to have conversation with the chef regarding the food in Japan. In Indonesia, we are not paying too much attention to hygiene issues, just like in street food and cheap restaurants. The third, original taste of food in Japan's restaurant is prepared with very minimum seasoning. The delicious food is only from source of material to cook which is very fresh, such as sushi. In Japan, sushi contains only rice and fresh seafood. They usually only put a very minimum sauce as ingredient. Otherwise, in Indonesian, sushi have been modified and adjusted with rich Indonesian taste. Therefore, there are a lot of sushi contained with mayonnaise, spicy sauce, and various seasons. Not only in Indonesia, that usually using many herbs and spices, which make Indonesia have more variously tastes. That is my presentation, and the presentation will be continued by Farid.
In fact, food serving in developed countries like Japan has been more modern and efficiently than in developing countries like Indonesia. For example, in Japan, they openly using robots, while Indonesia still uses traditional ways of serving. And lastly, the difference lies in the technique of consuming food. If in Indonesia we usually use spoons and forks or even use our hands, in Japan they usually use chopsticks. We think that's all from our group. Please tell us if you guys have some questions, maybe just maximum 3 questions for us.